Well, when Canadians are diagnosed with a condition, most of us assume that people will be cared for by our universal healthcare system. That's true, unless they have autism. Despite being a neurological disorder, families of people living with autism have to advocate relentlessly for prescribed treatment. We saw some of this earlier this year. One group of families has even had to sue the government in order to get the support they need, not once, but twice. Joining us this morning is Brenda Deskin. She's a mom to a son living with autism, and someone you'll likely know as one of Hollywood's most popular and beloved actors, Eugene Levy, who is also an autism advocate. Good to have you both with us this morning.
Hi, great to be here.
Thanks. Brenda, I want to start with you. 15 years ago, you were a part of a group of 28 families. They sued the government. You argued that an autism age cap for treatment was discriminatory, and a judge agreed with you and continued support happened for your son, Michael, who is now 24 years old. What happened there?
Well, it's a good question. We were reassured by way of a court order, as well as a promissory letter from the government that this funding would continue for our children. The children remaining from the 28, there are 7 families with 9 children, that they would continue to receive that funding. And all of a sudden, it just disappeared, and so did life as our children know it. So they're at risk. My son's extremely self-injurious, and it's really devastating. They've just left us with no transition, nothing. And it's beyond anything I could have imagined.
Brenda, what is it for? We've interviewed other families as well who are in the same position where suddenly the funding is gone and you're doing something that works and suddenly you're left without options. How does it feel to have to be going through this process again?
It's exhausting, first of all. It's terrifying. We actually, just this past weekend, we lost my son. It was inside of our house, but we didn't know that for sure until we found him lying down in a closet. One of our kids actually wandered away, and they finally found him. He had no money, but he came back with a bag of muffins. It's scary, and
yeah.
As I said, it's like an accident waiting to happen because these kids don't have the supports that they need. It's dangerous.
Yeah, the autism funding right now is only applicable to kids who are under the age of 18.
Right.
As if when a kid with autism turns 18, they just outgrow
They don't need help anymore.
their autism.
Right.
It's so arbitrary, and these 7 families, their kids are on the severe end of the autism spectrum. They're young adults, and when I say adults, I mean physically they're adults, mentally they're not. They just have no awareness of danger. So they can walk out into busy traffic. They can hit themselves till they're black and blue. They can bang their heads against brick walls and concuss themselves. This is without the treatment that these kids should be getting. The lives of these families have turned into a living hell because of what this government is doing and how they're handling things.
Eugene, you've called on the federal government to step in, develop a national autism strategy, and to put autism treatment under Medicare. What are your thoughts as you watch these families having to go through this process, not even just of living without support, but then having to take the step of suing the government again?
No, I think it's a terrible thing. I really do. I just don't understand it. I don't know why the funding has been taken away because a child is 18 and over. This is when, especially with severe autism, they need much more help. I mean, you need. Yeah. You've been told that Michael needs 2
2-on-1 support 24/7, and we're squeaking by with what little my husband and I can provide on our own. So it's not too late, and we've actually set up a website to ask the Premier and to ask everyone watching to please go to our website, get his phone number, get his email, and implore him on our behalf to make things right.
Yeah, we just expect more humanity in the behavior of officials that Canadians elect to higher office.
We are in the midst of a federal election campaign Monday. Most people in this country will be voting. What do you want to see from the federal government on this issue?
Well, I would like to see, definitely all levels of government certainly can make a big difference in the lives of these individuals, and help is sorely needed on many different levels of government. And certainly autism is a neurological disorder. It's in the DSM, and it should be funded under our health care. So that is definitely an important election issue, I believe. And I also hope that this provincial government keeps the promise that it made to our families at the same time.
We need this conservative government to right this wrong.
I want to thank you both for being here today.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
All right, for more information on how you can help support families, you'll find that on our website, yourmorning.ca. We encourage you to go there. Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.